Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. You have to teach Barbadian children about their history. It cannot be whitewashed. It cannot be what the colonial masters allowed you to teach. You have to teach your children the truth about their history. The children in the classrooms have to be able to say if their mother is also their sister. The children in the classrooms has to be able to tell you what the breakdown in their household is. For example, is there a bedroom for the girl, and is there a bedroom for the boy? And then is there a bedroom for the girl and the boy, and then another bedroom for the mom, or the mom and dad, or the dad? It has to be able to be spoken about within the school setting. So that means there needs to be some sort of nurse. There needs to be some sort of guidance, a counselor there at every school, and that door is always open for a child to walk into and say, I'm uncomfortable in the situation at my home. I do not feel as though I'm properly represented in the situation at my home. I am uncomfortable with something that happened to me, or I'm afraid that something is about to happen to me in my home. It has to be something that is made available to all children in Barbados. You have to teach them the truth about their history, the truth about who you still love, the truth about who you still go up into their country and draw up under, the truth about all the titles, the sir, the dame, the this, the that. You have to teach them the truth. You have to tell them we loved it. We loved being enslaved. You have to tell your children the truth. You have to let them know who remained in Barbados when all the brighter slaves, all the slaves that had maybe some skills, the ones that were big, the ones that were healthy, that were sold off. You have to let them know that just like in a department store where people pick over clothing, and then there's a rack, there's a sales rack where you can get things 40% off, and then there's a 30% off of the 40% off. You have to let them know that Barbados was something like a department store where people came and they went through the racks and they chose what they want to buy, and what remained will be in a storeroom, or they will send it to different Marshalls and TJ Maxx and those places that will get the odds and ends of clothing that did not sell at the bigger stores. You have to let them know. You have to give them those examples. This is what happened to you. This is what happened to where you came from. Your DNA came from that. Your DNA came from the picking over of people and what remained in Barbados, what remained there because maybe they were sickly, they were too small, no skills or whatever. But you have to start with the truth. I've heard people in Barbados, educators in Barbados say, I need to keep my job. I cannot say that. I need to have I need to keep my position at the university. I cannot say that. I cannot say this. I cannot say that. I need to eat. I need to pay my mortgage. I cannot tell them that. But the truth of your history has to be taught in schools. And can you imagine that has never happened? Can you imagine that children are being born not knowing who they are and why they're being born? Can you imagine that? And then when you have mayhem, you are surprised and you act as though, oh, I was really good at doing what I was doing. Yes, they came into poverty, but they had bakes in the morning and some hot tea to brighten the air. Yeah. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. But if you were to listen, let's say someone were to replay what you're saying to you and show you what you want people to swallow as being normal or being like optimum, it doesn't cut mustard. It doesn't make sense. Okay? So a part of education reform has to be telling the truth of the history. Telling the truth of the history and having certain offices in every school where a child can walk in and say, hey, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable. This is Sherry Veronica.